Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to be answering the questions for my CCR about my final task, Gone. And I'm going to be doing it in different types of ways. So the first portion is going to be a get ready with me, where I am going to pretty much just do my everyday makeup routine, which is very simple, which is just like mascara. And then I'm also going to be baking cookies with you guys and doing like a little PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to be getting interviewed. So let's get into it. The first question is, how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Before I get started, I'm going to show you guys the mascara that I use. Oh, the label is kind of gone, but I use the Lash Princess one. And to answer the first part of the question about how does my product use or challenge conventions, I think my product sticks to most conventions of mystery movies, because my final task is a mystery movie. In most mystery movies, the lighting is supposed to be dark, and you see a lot of dark colors, and the characters in it, or the mysterious characters, are sometimes in jackets. And in my final task, that's what I decided to do. It's filmed at nighttime, and the person who does take her is actually in a black hoodie that like goes over their face so you can't see them. My lash routine is very simple. I don't like a lot of mascara, so I just kind of do the tips of my lashes. Sometimes, like, if your lashes are twisted together, you're gonna want to separate them, but mine don't normally do that, so I kind of just, you guys can't really see me through this, but I just go at the edges. Some editing conventions in mystery movies are jump cuts and fade-ins, and you can definitely see that in my final task. Like, especially, I think it fades in the beginning, and closer to the end where the person that's taking her is kind of creeping up behind her, it jumps between the different actions that are happening, her coming out the door and them coming out from the side of the gate. So that's another convention. I wouldn't say my product really challenges it. I think it's very similar to what you would see in most mystery movies. The second part of this question is, how does it represent social groups or issues? And this is a big one for my groupmate and I, because we definitely wanted to bring light to human trafficking and just being aware on social media and online, and especially with your kids, and monitoring what they do online, because she has an online boyfriend that she's never met before, and that should alarm people. You shouldn't be talking to somebody online that you don't know in the first place. And in the beginning, her friend tries to tell her, you shouldn't be talking to him, you've never met him before, but she still continues to do it. And then by the end of the final task, we can see how, what happened to her because of it. So I think it definitely brings light to that kind of social issue about human trafficking and being aware of online and not talking to people that you've never met before, because it's very dangerous. Okay, and now the mascara is done. It elongates your lashes, and to clean up the mascara, I use Q-tips to clean it up. And that's the finishing product. And the final thing that I do is put on a clear lip gloss. And now it's finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video, and I'll see you in the next part. Hey everyone, and welcome to the portion of Baking with Josiah. And in today's episode, we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies. We're not going to be making all of them because it's a lot. And I'm also going to be answering the question, how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? And the first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And now I'm going to wash my hand before we get all into everything. While I spray the pan, I'm going to answer the first part of the question. How does your product engage with audiences? So I think in my product, it can make some viewers feel, a little bit suspenseful and maybe hide under covers because of how suspenseful it may be, and in portions of it, it might even make people laugh and feel a little bit relatable, because in part of my final task, they're in the car lip syncing and dancing to music, and I know a lot of us who do that. Like, we love to put on our favorite song and jam out to it, and that's what they were doing on the way to the party. Now I'm going to spread it out onto the pan. And then my product can also make people feel a little bit scared and suspenseful about what's about to happen next, because closer to the end, she's about to get, taken. So as she's walking outside and she says hello, you're wondering, okay, is he there? Like, where is he? And then you see the person creeping up behind them, but she can't see. So it's kind of like dramatic irony in a sense, which I think is pretty cool, and I'm so happy that we got to incorporate that element in there. And for the second part of the question on how would it be distributed as a real media text, in terms of it being a full movie, I think it would first come out in theaters, and everybody would be able to go watch it for like maybe 3 months or so, and then after it comes out of the theaters, then it'll go on different streaming platforms, probably one at a time, like Netflix, and then like HBO Max, different things like that, to gather other audiences who didn't get to go to the theaters and watch it. So now I'm about to show you guys what the looks like. I just made 6 because there's only 3 of us in the house, so we'll each get 2, and now I'm about to put it in the oven. This is my least favorite part because the oven is hot, and hot is like danger. So I like to take my time with this and pay very close attention. So I'm gonna put it in the oven. Okay, and now we're gonna set a timer for 15, it says 15 to 19 minutes, so we'll do 17 minutes and see how that turns out. Because I know my sister likes her cookies, actually we'll do 15 minutes, because I know my sister likes her cookies kind of soft, and I don't really mind what my cookies look like, so we'll do the 15 minutes, and I'll check back with you guys when the cookies are done. Alright guys, so I'm back. The 15-minute timer dinged, so now we're going to check the cookies and see what it looks like. It smells really, really good, so I'm excited to see. I only need 1, but should I put on 2? These are really thin anyways, like it's really just for decoration. Ta-da! Don't they look so good? They look like they taste good. How are you supposed to check if cookies are done? I think it's done. I think it's just time for it to cool, and then we can eat it. Alright guys, so now the cookies are done. So they're cooled and we're gonna try them. Okay, there we go. This is what the cookie's looking like. And thank you for watching another great episode of Baking with Josiah. I'll see you in the next one.
Hi.
Hi.
So how are you today?
I'm good.
Wonderful. So I'm Dee, and I just want to ask a couple of questions.
Okay.
So how did your production skills develop during this process?
Well, I think my production skills developed a lot because I got to experiment with a few things that I've never done before. Really, I'm normally used to vlog style, and doing a film was very different to me, and I was able to incorporate, syncing audio and piling things on top of each other, and I was able to experiment with different editing techniques that I would never do, especially with transitions and different jump cuts and different shots that I would never do, like establishing shots and low shots and high shots. So I thought that was so much fun, and I think my production skills really developed with that because I was able to try different things that I've never really done before, and I'm just super proud of myself.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And was there one thing that you would think was really challenging in this process?
One thing that I found challenging was the text bubbles, because my group members and our original plan was to have text bubbles on the screen of the girl talking to somebody on her phone, and I watched multiple YouTube videos on how to do it, and I kept trying to go back and I wasn't able to figure it out. So I did have to make the sacrifice in cutting that idea, and to make up for it, we did a over the shoulder shot where you could see her phone.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts today, and you have an amazing day.
Thank you. Now I'm going to answer the final question. How did I integrate technology, software, hardware, and online in my project? So this is what I use. I use my iPhone 13 Pro to film. iPhone 13 has really good quality. I know they came out with an iPhone 15 and like it goes up to the Pro Max, but I used my phone to film and I think the quality is really, really good. Obviously it can be better with a camera, but I don't have access to a filming camera, so I use my phone. I also used InShot. InShot is what I use to edit my video. I do YouTube and I edit my YouTube videos on InShot, so I was already a little bit familiar with this, and I just love being able to use InShot because it makes it easy to, you know, split your clips and then delete it. It has so many different features that you can use. It makes it easy to download fonts because I did download a font into my final task so that you could see the name Gone. And the last thing that I used in my final task was YouTube, and I used YouTube to find the non-copyrighted music that we would need, and we ended up going with the song that you're gonna hear right now. It's actually a very popular song right now, so the girls are able to vibe out and sing in the car with that song, and it's just super fun. And it's also easy because it's non-copyrighted, which means that you don't have to pay for the rights. So to reiterate the challenges that I went through, I know I answered this in the last question, but a challenge was trying to get the text message bubbles on the screen, and it was a really sad thing for me because that was something that I really, really, really wanted to do, and I think definitely I'm going to keep trying at it so that I can figure out how to do it, but it wasn't really working out, so I decided that we had to cut that. And another challenge was needing to refilm everyone not being able to come. I know this doesn't really have to do with the technology, but it is a challenge that was faced, but we were able to work around it. And things that I learned how to do with the different technologies was how to sync up the audio clips so that it doesn't look choppy in the video. When I gave my video to be peer reviewed to my little sister, that was one of her comments. She said it was choppy in the beginning, so in order to kind of fix that choppiness, I had to layer the audios on top of the different clips so that you can hear what somebody is saying, but the camera shot may not be on them. And I think that definitely helped it flow a lot more. And I'm definitely glad that she gave that feedback, because then I was able to incorporate that and learn how to work with that and do that. And I also learned how to use transitions smoothly, because I think that's definitely something that I've grown with throughout this entire class, because in my commercial and the music video, especially my commercial at least, I think the transitions that I put were definitely, let's plop a transition in here, and I was definitely just getting used to having transitions. But with this, I was able to put the fades in the correct spots and transition between clips, and even the transitions with the text that needed to be used. I think at some point when she was getting up to walk away, you could see that her body was like disappearing the thing, and I had to time that correctly. So that was definitely something cool that I also learned with the different techniques. And I just want to thank you so much for watching my CCR. I hope you learned a little bit more about my project and how I reflected on my project. Thank you.